brothers and sisters, we are going to die. Hello everybody and welcome back to Orthodox Review. Today we're going to be taking a look at Be Ready, An Approach to the Mystery of Death from Hieromonk Gregorios. Number 2 in the Spiritual Life series from New Rome Press, my all-time favorite buddies, pals, and publishers. Before we get into the book, just want to let you all know we now have a tip jar on PayPal. So if that's your thing, go ahead and do that. Also, don't forget we do have a Patreon if you feel like you need to be supporting this kind of nonsense. Also, at the end of the video, I've got a little extra treat for you. And that's pretty much it. So without further ado, let's actually get into the book. Now, much like we said in the last video, the construction of the book is just fantastic. You've got that glued and sewn binding, and it's not that cheap sewn either. Let me find a seam in here so you can see. Like, this is, they don't joke around with these books. I just, come on, I'm wasting time here. I could be talking to you about the book, the contents of the book, I should say. And you know, one of these days I'm gonna get new glasses. That's gonna be a pretty good day. Well, anyway, they're in there, trust me. You have this nice creased spine, so you don't wear the binding out, which is great because you can just really get in there and you don't have to worry about being too difficult with it. Double flaps, satin finish, and not a terribly sized book. Here's my old glasses, so glass case, the book. There you go. Anyway, so as to the contents, now unlike the previous book, this is not some sort of manual for maybe preparing for a specific thing, like it was with confession. It's more of a reassurance, a really good homily. And Hieromonk Gregorios draws heavily from both scriptures and the Church Fathers. And let's just go through what little we had in here. You have the usual prologue, then you have a section on the mystery of death, which begins with talking about the way we begin to look at it, and mostly how the fathers looked at it. The section on confronting death is more a look at the way the fathers viewed death in ascesis versus the way the layman might see it in a that's the word I'm looking for. See, this is why I should write a script for myself. Remembrance of death goes over the ways we should and can remember death, versus the secular, that was the word I was looking for, the secular idea of just like ignoring it altogether. A divine gift gives examples of the deaths of ascetic fathers and the grace that came with that. Holy Communion is a preparation for eternity. There's another section with a couple beautiful stories of ascetic fathers receiving Holy Communion before their repose. And then you have a small section on the parable of the rich man and Lazarus as a way of discerning in our lives how we should continue to keep death in mind in all of our actions. And let's get that out of there. And watch, for you do not know the day, is pretty much the conclusion of the thesis. And of course you have the epilogue. Now, I will say there is one quote in here, and I didn't write the page number down because I wrote the quote down when I was reading the book. It really struck me, and it's from Saint Tikhon of Gdansk, and he says, "Live in the way you want death to find you, and you will not be deprived of eternal salvation." And that really is the crux of the book. death is a great unknown, an unapproachable mystery. According to Saint Gregory the theologian, death was a medication dispensed by divine benevolence for mankind, quote, so that evil should not become immortal. For those of you out there that are familiar with the Church Fathers, you've read plenty, this might not be the book for you. But if you're a catechumen, if you're new to the church, or if you're looking for something to pass on to other people as a great resource for the Orthodox view of the remembrance of death, run, do not walk, to get this little guy. And I forgot to mention at the beginning the usual stuff, which is the credits on the book. And forgive me, first published in Greece in 2006. The first English translation was 2013 by New Rome, with the second with corrections and additions in 2016. This one was actually translated by Father Michael Monos, and as always, the English is superb. So easy to read, it's not even funny, and it's not funny. All the books in this series do retail at $7.95, and I think you can buy them as a set as well, so that's pretty neat. I highly recommend doing that, just because, by the time we get to all 7 episodes, I'm hoping that everyone's going to be wanting to read and benefit from these little books. Now, for the special bit, we did just surpass 300 subscribers. I want to do something special, but I'm not quite sure what to do. Obviously, I am living in abject poverty, so I don't really have money for prizes, per se. But I want to do something special for everyone to say thank you for kind of sticking with me. So comment below. Let's throw your ideas out there. We'll come up with something special that we could do, whether it's an episode, a giveaway, or something. And then once we get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to start really being able to do giveaways and contests and that sort of thing. So if we can get to 1,000 subs, we'll be able to start doing that, because we'll actually be able to generate revenue from the channel. As of right now, the channel runs entirely on the 4 patrons, God bless you, that I have, and whatever money I scrape together after paying my bills. And there's actually been a couple instances where people have donated books. And in the case of these, New Rome Press just mailed me all 7. So thank God for them. But anyway, so thank you again for tuning in. Let's keep the ball rolling. Let's keep the conversation going down below, because like I've said before, these episodes are more conversation starters than the conversation themselves. At any rate, you're probably all dying for some Spooky Cat, so I'm going to let you have some Spooky Cat real quick. And we will see you in the next episode. Thank you all again so much for 300 subs. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, yada, yada, yada. Please do not forget to go to church, say your prayers, and remember God. God bless.